What's up, YouTube? Peter Leininger here with False Color Media, cinematographer for all kinds of different projects and documentary work. Got to do a travel job going to North Carolina, and this was kind of my first time driving on I-40 back through the mountains and seeing some of the fallout from Hurricane Helene that ripped through this area. So this is the town of Old Fort that I'm driving through right now, and yeah, it's it's going to take a long time for them to recover from that. I've always really liked this town because it's there's a handful of really good mountain bike trails that are built here, and this town could really use the tourist dollars. So if you're in the area, definitely stop through and spend some money in the town before or after a ride or any other mountain adventure, because they could certainly use the income. Whenever I'm in the area, I always try and make time for a bike ride. So parked down here at the picnic ground for Old Fort. Got my bike out and ready to roll. You can see some of the kit I'm going to be using for the job coming up, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Even up here on the climb up to the start of the downhill section, you can see a lot of the area that's been completely washed away by the flooding. It was a lot worse than I expected, and this is even a year or so after the storm came through. But you can just see the swaths of land that was washed away by the flood. Pretty wild. Absolutely beautiful up here, though. Never miss an opportunity to ride Kitsuma. But now the real climb begins. This is a very steep section of a handful of switchbacks going up to Kitsuma Peak, just about a mile. All that was just the climb up to the top. So here we are, getting ready to descend. Phew! Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. Definitely not as fast as I used to be, but man, I still absolutely love this trail. And I will take any opportunity I can get to go ride it. This is definitely what traveling around doing this work is for me, is getting opportunities to go to places like this and get an extra ride in, or find a new trail, or just spend an extra day on the road just to be able to get another opportunity for a bike ride. Done with riding, now it's time to work. This is for a reality TV show that we were doing. That's David over there, first cam. I was working a second cam, and this is Craig running audio. Both of us shooting on FX9s, and a handful of people that Craig was miking up as we do our show. But yeah, here's my rig. I'm shooting with the 28 to 135 on my setup, and Shapiro is on. He's got his setup on the Easy rig with the 18 to 35, and our producer here, we got the monitor set up with 2 receivers, so we can do wireless transmission, and he can see both shots the entire time. One of our the people we were working with decided to hook us up with a ice cream truck that came to set for lunch one day. Very nice little treat. Really appreciate that. And then here's one of our interview setups that we were doing. Shapiro's got me on the 70 to 200, and as we were looking at comparing the 2 shots, we were both on Sony FX9s. All of our settings are completely dialed in together. He's on a Zeiss and I'm on a Sony Zoom, and you can see that his shot is on the left, and it's just slightly cooler than my shot. My shot was slightly warmer, and we went through every setting to try and figure out what would compensate for that. We even swapped a lens. We threw a Zeiss onto my camera, and it was still warmer than his camera. Could not figure it out. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know. Almost done, but man, working it for 5 days in North Carolina in April, and you can just see how coated everything is in pollen. We weren't even outside that long, and yet just everything has this fine dusting on it. You can really see it here. It's just so gross. Everything was coated in this fine layer of pollen. So definitely gonna have to be cleaning all of this stuff off as soon as I get home. And it's just everywhere. Even the ground is just completely coated in pollen. It's all over my shape bag. Just everything has this like neon green hint to it. Finally back home, and it's time to clean up. Yeah. Even in Tennessee, we do not get the pollen that they get in central North Carolina. It's so wild. I was working mainly on the shoulder. I had the waveform bag on my front, and I was kind of balancing the camera on that, but just wanted to see how heavy my camera was, because we were doing, 8-hour days, shoulder operating the camera. Camera in this current build is almost 20 pounds. 20 pounds on the shoulder for 4 days. That definitely takes it out of you. I know it's not as heavy as they used to be, but it's still pretty heavy. And constantly picking it up and putting it on my shoulder over and over again. That's definitely wear and tear on my body. So, yeah. The blower was good first step, but then had to go in with a rag and just clean everything off like that. But hey, that's the end of this one. Moving on to the next one. We'll see you next time.